Good morning. This is Melodicinvestor. My name is Antoine. I just wanted to come on here and give some quick points about the mindset of an investor. If you don't know, the purpose of my channel is to inspire creatives to start investing, and anybody. If you want to start investing, this is just one person's point of view. So hopefully it's helpful for you and your goals. I had these three points came to me by way of like phone conversations that I've had this week with coworkers and whatnot. So I thought I could make a video out of this. So here we go. The first one that I wrote down was the information. Keep learning. Stay curious. Information, like if you're on YouTube and you're looking and trying to figure something out and trying to find a secret sauce, or maybe you've paid for someone's course or a program, all those things are great. I have nothing against them. I didn't do a program. Well, let me take that back. I bought a few people's courses just to I was more curious about what they were offering and how it worked. Just a sidebar. There is a lot of scammers on YouTube. Not just YouTube, just in life. There's a lot of people that can take advantage of you. So just be careful, especially when it comes to investing. If someone's promising you over the moon returns, or they can double your money, something crazy, you know what I mean? I would caution you with the old saying, if it's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. But the information piece, learning is great, especially when you're looking into investing. I mean, there's so many moving parts in investing and in particular real estate, because that's primarily what I focus on, because that's my skill set. I've managed multifamily for 10 years, and now I've been in commercial almost 10 years. So I have a good mix of both. So I would say information and learning those are fundamental things that you just want to have in your tool belt. And it's forever learning, right? And staying curious, asking lots of questions. Don't feel bad about what you know or what you don't know, or what you don't know. Because I know for myself, no one ever taught me this stuff. I don't come from a family of money. I don't come from money. Those are all things that I just didn't have. Grew up in church, as I mentioned in previous videos, playing, piano and things of that nature, and was around a lot of people that I knew at the time, now looking back on it, that were investors, but they didn't share that information. I'm not sure where that disconnect was, especially me being a young person at the time, that a lot of that information would have been very helpful to me today. However, neither here nor there. I stayed with it. I kept learning. I kept staying curious, and the curiosity led me to real estate. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it's a get-rich-for-sure over time. And when I say over time, you got to stay in this thing for a minimum of 10 years. And you can't just buy one deal and think it's just going to fund your entire lifestyle. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't happen. And maybe there's those people, those one-offs that, they are able to land the deals of a lifetime. But I don't know. Been in the industry almost 20 years. I've never met one person that has made one deal and just fund their whole life. It doesn't work that way. A lot of hard work, multiple deals over many years. So staying curious. I've always been a curious person. I ask a lot of questions. Maybe they're good questions. Sometimes they may be bad questions. I don't know. But I've never been afraid to ask a question that maybe some people may feel is, not the right question. I never cared about what other people think. I've always stay curious. I want to know how things work. How did you turn this into that? Like, You know, how did you take a little bit of money and grow it to this large pile of money? Like, how did you do that? You know, what was your thought process to get there? Because it just doesn't happen. So that's just one thing. I think information, the more information you can absorb, and you can't get this stuff overnight. So I would say, you know, get a slow feed, follow a couple channels on YouTube that you like. Be careful. There are a lot of scammers out there that are looking to take advantage of people. So just be careful of that. And don't, if someone says, hey, I have this great program that's $10,000, you could join, don't do that. Just don't do it. Flat out, do not do it. Did I make myself clear? Great. Number 2, endurance. I just wrote that down. Endurance. This is a marathon, not a sprint. I know you've probably heard that before, but it truly is. You're going to have some peaks, you're going to have some valleys. Hopefully you have more peaks than valleys, but you can't have those peaks without those valleys. You got to keep going. You got to have tenacity. You got to keep doing it. And the more you do something, the better you will get at it. I promise you. It hurts sometimes. You're like, if I knew what I knew today, I would have made this decision. But the fact that you even know that lets you know that you've learned. I was just listening to Rashad from Earn Your Leisure, and I forget the exact person that he quoted, but he said, he was talking about surviving bad days and the worst day possible. The fact that you were even able to lament that and even think about it lets you know that you've made it and you survived the worst day possible. So the fact that you're even thinking about it means that you made it, you're alive. That's huge. If you could look back on some of your mistakes that you made or bad decisions, well, the fact that you can look back lets you know that you made it. So go easy on yourself. I know oftentimes we tend to be our biggest critics, but just give yourself some room for growth and some grace. Give yourself the grace that you needed long ago when you made those decisions, because it's hard out here. This is not getting any easier. Some of these monetary policies that have come out and that are coming out, and the way the economy is going, and the direction of inflation and things that, I will say this, and this is not like a doom and gloom thing. This is just a reality of where we're at. I don't know that you can fix this. So now that you know that, you have a responsibility to move accordingly and act accordingly. And I think investing is that vehicle to provide that hedge of protection for you and your family. Because at this point, we are, for lack of a better word or term, we are in the end game. I'm not saying the end of the world as we know it or anything like that. I'm just saying you can't do what your grandparents did or even your parents did to get to where you want to go to today. Working a 9 to 5 is not going to cut it. I'm sorry. It's just not. You're going to have to find some other alternative things you can do to generate income. Hobbies, creating a YouTube channel. Maybe there's something that you're interested in that someone else may need to hear your voice or your perspective or your point of view or your struggles. I think that's a huge thing to do. So keep going, be encouraged. We're in this for the long game. Find a community that you can lock arms with, and find some people you can look over their shoulder and, kind of get some advice from them, and hopefully they can mentor you through it. Or maybe you guys can go through it together. Maybe you're in the same spot and you can just lean on each other, because you will need times where you just feel depleted and you just need to lean on somebody. That's huge. So We're gonna endurance. Keep going. You got it. The third one I think is one of the most crucial, and that is pivoting. This is, in my opinion, an underrated skill set that I will say all of the investors that I've met or came in contact with over the years, one thing that they've all been able to do is pivot. Take emotion out of it. Take the emotions completely out of it. You don't want to be led by emotion, especially when you start talking about money. Don't be led by your emotions. Be able to pivot, be able to stop on a dime and make that cut and turn. When you have that ability to pivot, I don't want to say things get easier, but you just know how to deal with it. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I'm not doing a very good job here of communicating, but if a project's not going the way you envisioned it going, okay, what can we do next time? Or we're already in it, so what can we do to get to the other side? Does that make sense? And to be honest with you, sidebar, sometimes good enough is good. Sometimes good enough is excellent. You know, maybe you couldn't afford the granite or quartz countertops, but you were able to afford the granite or butcher block. Did you get the project done? You know, maybe you couldn't get the stainless steel appliances, but you got the black appliances. Did the project get done? You know, maybe you're, I don't know, whatever, you plug in the scenario. The point is, just get it done. And when you get it done, if it doesn't go as smoothly as possible, because rarely things go as smoothly as possible, having that ability to pivot and say, okay, that door closed, we're going through the window. That door closed, we're cutting a hole in the wall and making a door. Like figuring out ways to execute when there are no ways to execute. And sometimes maybe the right answer is to just abandon ship. Get out while you still can and lick your wounds. Sometimes that is the answer. And what I would say to that is a form of pivoting. And just regroup. Nothing wrong with that. You're not accepting defeat. You're saying, you got me now, but I'm going to come back and, stronger and better. That'll never happen again. I've said that before. I've had contractors take advantage over projects that didn't go the way the bid looked, and then you get all excited about it, and then you hit a wall, or maybe the city stands in your way, and you're like, oh my God, what's going on here? And now looking back on it, I'm like, that'll never happen again. Guarantee it. So you just learn that confidence over time, build it, but pivoting can just be a great tool. And it helps you get your emotions in check, because sometimes people get real emotional when things don't work out the way that they saw it in their head or envisioned it. And that's okay. I mean, you can definitely, I'm not telling you not to feel your feels, but I am saying don't stay there. Feel it and move on. Don't keep the main thing the main thing. So that's kind of all I had. I just want to get those thoughts off to you guys. Hopefully that's helpful to somebody. I'm happy to come back and elaborate on this if you guys enjoy this type of content. But yeah, that's what I have. You guys have a great rest of your day. And if you like it, and subscribe, and please share it with a friend. All right, talk to you later. Bye.